welcome to another vlog. This morning is currently just coming up to 5 AM. We're out with the lovely Astra, which you'll see in a minute. This is just trying the new DJI Pocket 4 low light mode, which we're trying this morning. So we'll see how we get on. We'll have a chat along the way, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we are currently got a temperature of around about 12 degrees this morning, probably the coldest it's been for a while, to be honest. And it did feel a bit of a nip in the air this morning actually, but yeah, it's actually not too bad. I think if this was a couple of cats that are having a bit of a quarrel down there, we'll let them get on with it. I think if this was October, you'd probably have your sort of trackies on, but for me, because obviously we're coming through such a hot spell, we're still in a hot spell, and I was just looking at the temperatures according to my weather station. There's a couple of days coming up where it's going to be 30 degrees again, so we've got all that to look forward to, guys, as well. So yeah, just in a pair of shorts, a t-shirt. I've got a light gilet on today as well, but essentially very summery. I say I'm going to try and do the comparison tomorrow with the DJI Action 6. So I'll try and do a like for like, similar time and all that sort of stuff tomorrow morning. The Pocket 4 is very good. It's very good from the point of view of compactness, obviously less obtrusive, that sort of stuff. Come on, Ezra. All that sort of stuff. And it would be probably my, even now with the Action 6, you know, coming, it would still be probably my go-to camera. Obviously the Action 6, obviously probably has a slightly wider field range, and obviously the 8K on it as well massively helps as well. And I've seen a couple of vloggers saying that they've been taking ages to download stuff, and I think that's probably why, because I think they've using the 8K, and I'll be interested to know sort of what difference that's going to make when you're doing vlogs. So I am going to record in 8K tomorrow, hopefully. I should just about have enough light. Obviously I'm in low light mode for this one today. I do need to test the 8K on it. We've got very good on. We've got very busy 2 weeks coming up as of tomorrow being Saturday. We're going on holiday from work properly as of tonight. Can't wait. And if you've seen the vlog, what we're getting up to, you'll know we're very, very busy for the next 2 weeks, apart from 2 days. There's a 2-day lull in between. Anyway, got a few bits and pieces that I'm looking to organise when we're away in Norfolk. I'm not going to give it away too much. I want it to be a surprise for you, because we have got a couple of things that we're lining up to do that I think a lot of you will enjoy. So we shall see. Anyway, currently moving into the town car park. Azra is lagging behind. If you've been with me on my lives, you'll know she's terrible for this. She's not very camera conscientious at times, is Azra. A lot of the time she is quite happily pulling ahead, chasing bugs. And then other times she's lagging behind, so yeah, not always the most helpful puppy. How can I call her a puppy? She's 5.5, guys. She's still a puppy to us. Come on, Azra, lead on. Quick pit stop for Azra there. Thought my foot was going to get it. Go on, lead on. Lead on. Go on, Azra, come on. Good girl. So we'll be quite interested to see what this looks like when we come out and be looking at the colours and stuff like that. Obviously we have got the, come on Azra, the fields and the colours over there as well to look forward to. So we shall wait and see. As I was a bit gutted with my DJI Pocket 4 because I got it actually a month ago and I was having problems with the SD card and I really couldn't be bothered to send it back. I just thought it was going to be too much aggravation. Anyway, on Sunday I finally just had enough. I'd come up with a solution to the problem, but it wasn't a proper solution. It was just a solution that would have solved the problem, but it involved using sellotape to keep the SD card port jammed shut so the card couldn't escape. It just kept on jumping out. Anyway, I finally, I tried to do the live chat and that was as useful as an Astra on a motorbike. So I phoned them up, had a chat with a few different people actually, and they asked the normal questions. The one question that really frustrates me: have you dropped it? Listen guys, if I've dropped it, it's on me. I know there's a lot of people out there that might try and pull a fast one, but if I've done something, I'll just own up to it. As I said to them, I've got 4 other of your devices, this being my 5th, get my 6th today, so yeah, I'm not a messer. Never have been, never will be. Azra will be making her pit stop in a minute, so we will have to just pause the video in a moment. She's thinking about where she's going to go, so hence the pause. But yeah, I spoke to them and turn you around. I spoke to them and they sent me a prepaid label. I boxed up the old Pocket 4, got it to the post office on Sunday evening. It went off on Monday. They received it on Tuesday, had a look at it on Tuesday / Wednesday, and sorry about that, watching Azra there, and I have got it back yesterday, a brand new one. So that is pretty good service guys, you can't criticise that. I will carry on that in a moment, just bear with me. And the sort of customer service from the point of view of sort of emailing you, letting you know what was going on the whole time. I actually can't criticise them at all. I think the service was 100%, actually, and I've never had the need to call them or use them before, because their equipment is usually 100%. So, but there was no, apart from the question about dropping it, which, okay, it's fair enough, it hacked me off, but it is what it is. They've got a job to do, I know that, and I know there's a lot of people out there that will try, pull fast ones. So I get that. Anyway, I mean, I am looking forward to the Action 6, and they are for different scenarios, which maybe we'll have a chat about when I'm not being pulled along by the dog as well. We can have a proper chat about that, but they are for different scenarios, for sure. There's a lovely Azure. I just wanted to show you the zoom on this. Where are we? There we go. Will it not let me zoom in night mode? Oh, that's a bit of a swizz. Anyway, that is the church over there. The spire you can see, but it obviously won't work in night mode. I didn't know that. Learned something. There you go, guys. It's all about learning on your feet. Right, let's carry on. So we're going to carry on through the gap in front. I'll just have to go up and then I'll go back down to again to Azure, because she's right in front of me. Here we go. She's now a bit further ahead, so I can up the camera. This is going to be one of them vlogs, guys, that is so spontaneous and uncouth. It probably is going to be a bit of a waste of time, but it's good for me to sort of see how the sort of camera works with the gimbal and everything else, the night mode, all that sort of stuff. So from my point of view, it's going to be very beneficial. Go on, Azra. So moving into the second field. Over there, let's go up a bit. You can't really see it because they're not marked out properly yet. But that is James's football pitch he plays on, and will continue to play on this season. Come on, Azra, lead on. Those of you that do follow the channel, that might be watching this vlog, will know I do lives over here most mornings. August we've had a bit of a holiday, which I had specifically planned to have. Although we did do a spontaneous live yesterday, which was very well received. But yeah, if you are interested in sort of more normal chats and strolls, join me on my lives. I'm normally live on one day. I think that was one combined in 1 minute. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We have Tuesdays and Thursdays off for content gathering and just a bit of a rest. It's not a tennis ball, Ezra. It's an apple. Now we're moving into the orchard. Bunnies flying around. Again, if it was a bit lighter, I would have used the normal mode and I could have done a bit of zooming in and you could have seen these, but hopefully this is coming out okay. And the good thing about these new Pocket 4 and the Action 6, and just sort of talking about it a little bit before I do a proper review. Go on, Ezra. They both have internal storage. So if you sort of go out of only one their SD card, which if you're an experienced vlogger, you should never do, but should you can switch to the internal hard drive and not lose any of your stuff. And I think that's a really good feature. I think it's a massive feature, to be honest. And I think when you use the internal drive, it's actually a quicker transfer rate as well, I think. I've absolutely no idea what I'm using this morning, actually. I don't know what setting I left it on. To be fair, right, Azra, come on. Now, just a bit of a heads up, guys. And if you're one of my viewers, regular viewers, and my lives, you'll know this is a bit of a tense bit of the stroll for me. Apart from rabbits, there has been a bit of a crazy lady lurking about now. Perfectly harmless, but she does swear a lot. So I'm hoping we don't see her this morning. I could well do without that on the vlog. Having to use the bleep machine. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully not. We'll know very quickly. Also, this is good for the night mode on the camera for me to actually have a look at this. Go on, Azra, lead on. Lead on. Good girl. I think, guys, go on, Azra. I think we're going to be okay. Azra, lead on. This is where she gets all excited because she tries to find fox poo and then stinks, and then I have to give her a bath. Happens all the time. So I was saying on my live yesterday that this time last week, as recently as last week, the sun would have been coming up over there, and it is coming up over there, but it's not above the tree line yet, whereas it was literally, I think it was only a week, it might have been 2 weeks ago, but it just goes to show now, obviously, the evolution of time zones. Of course, the clocks don't go back here until the end of October, so Lord knows what the light is going to be like in the mornings. Go on, Azra, lead on. Of course, the winter time doesn't really, well, autumn should I say, doesn't, Azra, no. It doesn't really start until sort of, into October really. And as I say, winter time starts when the clocks change, which is the end of October. So I suppose sort of autumn's around sort of mid-September into October, and then winter starts as of the 1st of November, I guess. Is there an official date? I'm not sure. Anyway, we have, as I say on my live every time, we have survived another morning without seeing our crazy friend. I don't know whether she's changed her route or coming out later. We're not sort of coming out any different. Go on, Azra, lead on. So, and I had actually changed the route as well. And actually, when I knew that she was possibly out and about causing ag again for the dog walk, I actually reversed the stroll and we came from the other way. But so why should you change? I actually had a meeting last night, an online forum with the police. It wasn't just me; it was the whole of the South Cambs area. And I did raise a concern, and I said, A, why is nothing being done about it? And B, should the worst happen and she lunges at myself or the dog, and the dog defends herself or me, what are the repercussions? Because, as everyone will see, I do enough live strolls as well, which are all evidenced. She wouldn't hurt a fly. But she's only doing what she's naturally protective of her pack to protect. And it does annoy me. And there sort of was an answer back, a case by case obviously situation, which I guess is, you know, the correct answer really, because I'm sure there are some even dogs now that are out that should have a muzzle on. For example, Ralph, our little dog, we never let anyone come up to him because he's a very, very friendly dog if you're in the house with him, but he's a bit snappy when we're out. He's very protective, and yeah, you just don't put yourself in that situation. Ashra, I've got no problem kids coming up to her and saying hi and having a stroke. She's absolutely fine, but it's knowing your dog. But yeah, you just don't know what they're capable of when they're protecting themselves or an owner. And that's what I said. I will show you in a minute, just when we get to the end here. We've got the rickety old bridge here, which we'll go across in a minute. But I'm going to try and go up a bit higher. You might be able to see the black line in the field here. Now this is where some silly kids lit fire to the hay bales, and that's the damage it caused. Go on, Ashra. Go on, Ashra. Good girl. Go on, Ashra. Onwards we go. Now we are getting to the busiest road on our little journey. At this time of the day, what time is it now? 5:25 AM. Ashra knows the routine. She sort of waits because she knows I have to check the road first, which is obviously very good. She knows exactly what the routine is here. And then when we get there, we have to obviously check left and right. I can hear, unless they're going away from us, I can hear there's cars coming. Here we go. Definitely one coming from my left. Right, so all clear that way. All clear that way. Onwards we go. On, Ashra, lead on. There is a couple of cars coming from our left there. I can actually see, guys, my breath in the air this morning. That's how much of a chill there is in the air this morning. It's actually quite nice. Over the stile where Ashra went. Me next. I'm saying that is where, let me just phrase that up a little bit. That is where the sun was coming from and is coming from. But obviously it's still well below the tree line. And as I say, 2 weeks ago the sun was up. It's quite surreal. Go on, Ashra, good girl. So hopefully, guys, you're enjoying our little stroll. This is not the sort of thing I would do a vlog, sort of how as much as I do the lives. The lives, you're sort of interacting with people there and then. The vlogs obviously is a bit more, sorry, just getting rid of Ashra's mess. The vlog is a little bit more of a one-on-one at the time. Obviously it depends where you are, of course. You know, if you've got someone else with you, or if you're, I don't know, out and about somewhere and there's lots going on. But when you're doing it like this, it is a little bit sort of individual. This is more just for me to be able to test and see the different features. Obviously I'd like to have worked on the zoom a bit. Actually, come on, Ashra. Obviously in night mode that does not work. I may switch the mode in a minute, but I don't know if I want to do that because that's going to switch the resolution as well, because it is different in night mode to normal mode. Whether you would notice a huge difference, I don't know. In fact, we're going to give it a try. Okay, so we've switched from night mode now into normal mode, which is now 4K 60 frames. In night mode it's 4K 30. Now whether I can up that, I don't think you can in night mode. I think it's all to do with the shutter speed and such like. when you're asking it to work harder in low light mode. But now we're in normal mode. I'm sort of hoping when Azra gets a bit further ahead we can sort of show you the zoom. Go on, lead on, Azra. There we go. There is a 4x one as well, which I'll try and show you. There we go, that's in 4 times. A bit too close. Right, come on, Azra. Lead on, lead on. Good girl. It would have been better to have showed you when I had the church spire or something like that, to have showed you really, to show you sort of how powerful it can be. Go on, Azra, maybe we'll do it over the field when we get there in a bit. But yeah, this has been a bit of a useful experiment for me, a bit of a, maybe not a great vlog to watch other than to enjoy the stroll that we're doing. But very useful for me. And I'll probably use this one when we go to the Liverpool match at the weekend, and then I'll probably use the Action 6 when we go to the Pleasure Beach next week. So I can sort of alternate and see what they're both like. And obviously, as I said before, I don't really want to talk too much about it on this one, but there are different reasons for getting both cameras. It's a lot of expense. Pocket 4 is over 400 quid. I got a very good deal on the Action 6 actually. Got it for just over 300. That is the basic package, but I've got a lot of it already with the Action 4 anyway. So the only thing I bought was the battery bank, which you can charge 3 batteries at once. It's the only additional thing I bought actually, because I do think if you're out and about it's useful to have a couple of batteries at least, and then if you get back you can put them on charge and then you've got some more on the go if you are using it sort of all the time. And I also do understand in 8K the battery does take a bit more of a walloping as well. Whether that's right or not, I don't know, but we're going to find out, because I'm going to use it tomorrow. Get it all set up tonight and we'll use it tomorrow. So we're approaching the 4th and final field. And I just want to show you the zoom. Okay, so that's gone up to 4. Can you see the bunnies over there? They're all going to start running into the bush in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the good zoom it's got on it. And all this is just at the touch of a button. It's not now where you have to touch the screen to zoom and stuff like that. You've got sort of buttons now on it. And I think that's one of the single most brilliant thing they've actually done. Lead on, Azra. They've done, actually, because if you're doing something like this and you're walking around and you've got your other hand taken up with whatever, it doesn't have to be a dog, it could be a bag or anything, you haven't got sort of your other hand sort of to move around the screen. Yes, alright, I could probably move my thumb and do stuff, but it's just fiddly. We're having a couple of buttons to zoom, and I've got the other button on it. Come on, Ezra. Come on, Ezra. Good girl. The other button, one click is to flip the camera like this, so you can see my ugly mug, and then press it again to see Ezra. I'll just have to move the gimbal down again. There we go. And then 2 is to recenter it and all that sort of stuff, which obviously I don't need to do right now, but it's all very handy to have with where your thumb is rather than having to play around with the screen. That was one of the things you might have seen some of the vlogs I did with the Pocket 3, where you see my face sort of grimacing a little bit. Go on, Ezra, lead on. Where I physically couldn't move the camera or do what I wanted to do, because obviously you sort of, the screen isn't reacting whatever the scenario, and yeah, it's a bit annoying. Anyway, right, lead on, Azra. Come on, lead the stick. So yeah, that's a very useful feature, and I'll be quite interested to sort of see. I'm just going to hover around looking at the different colours we're going to see on in the 4K 60 frames a second. I think we might be being met by little Ralphie. I saw the front door go, and it's very unusual for the front door to go when I'm out. I hope it's little Ralphie and not a burglar. I think I'd know about it by now if it was a burglar. Anyway, we might see them in a bit. So. Right, just for the second, guys, we'll reconnect up when we get to the other end of this road. Cheers, guys. So, we're getting joined by little Ralphie and the lovely Julia. Let's do a bit of zooming. There we go. Here they are. Azra getting herself excited as well. So our little experimental vlog continues to experiment. Come this way, Azra. Go. Are you okay? Yeah. No doubt Ralph was kicking off. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just so you all know, I'm not mean, guys. Ralph would not cope very well with a longer stroll that we do. And also, there is a live out there if you want to have a laugh, from around May time, the first May bank holiday weekend, in fact. Sorry. Yeah, I think it was the first one, where I took both of them out, where Julia and James went gallivanting around Europe on a football tour. Come on, Azra. And it was carnage, guys. I think I almost fell over twice. Ralph went flying another time. It weren't great. So yeah, we stick to the one dog each. Go on, Azra, lead on. So I think we've had a bit of fun this morning with the different modes, and also the zoom as well. So we're going to leave it at that. A little Ralphie there in the background, can't forget him. Here he is, he's there now. And then Azra, the bigger one, and the younger one. Right, guys, thanks for coming along with the experimental vlog this morning. We'll do it all again tomorrow with the other one, and we'll do a little bit of a comparison. Cheers, guys.